Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. My name is Mujahid. Today I would like to discuss a topic on whether we as a Malaysian could afford to own a house in Malaysia. So as a start, we know that the cost of property market is on the rise, and especially in the highly concentrated areas like in Kuala Lumpur, Penang and Johor. You can see that these places, or in general, the houses are getting expensive and more expensive by the day. So what are the issues actually? We believe that these relate to affordability issues. So to talk on affordable, so there's one measure that you can use to know whether we could afford or not to buy a house. There is one measure called median multiple. It is a standard which was developed by the United Nations Center for Human Settlement and the World Bank under the House Indicators Program. So what does this measure tell us? It's a house price to income ratio, which is the ratio of median prices for the housing market to the median annual household income. So what it basically means is a ratio between your income to the house price. So a survey by Demographia, it's a global survey company, suggests that an affordable house should price less than 3 times of average annual household income. So basically, if your annual salary is 100,000 ringgit, your average house price should be 300,000 ringgit, which is 3 times of your annual income, to be considered as affordable. The slide shows the categories of housing affordability according to Demographia. You can see that if your median multiple is 3 times or below, is considered affordable. Between 3 to 4 times, it is moderately unaffordable. Between 4.1 to 5, you can call it as seriously unaffordable. And when it hit 5.1 and above, this is where you consider as severely unaffordable. So where we are actually in the Malaysian market, you can see that from the research done by Khazanah Research Institute, you can see that the average of Malaysian median multiple affordability has been exceeding 4 times since 2002. You can see the graph, the blue line shows that we are consistently above 4 times. And in 2014, our median multiple was recorded at 4.4 times, which, going by the Demographia standard, is considered as seriously unaffordable. In 2014, our median Malaysian income is at 55,020 ringgit, but the median house price was at 242,000. By right, it should be around 165,000, but the median has exceeded the 3 times. So what are the factors that cause these housing affordability issues? According to Bank Negara Annual Report 2016, there are 3 main factors contributing to these issues. First one is the shortfall of supply, especially in 2012 to 2014 period. During this period, only 85,000 of new units were built, which was much lower than the new households. During that period, there are 180,000 of new households. So there are short of 39% between the supply and the demand. Secondly, we see that there are slower increase of income growth against house price. Income only rise by 12.4%, while the house price was increased by over 17.6%. So there are a gap between the income and the house price. And thirdly, which is a major factor, we can see that the supply of new houses concentrated in the higher end property segment. Meaning to say, the new developers are mainly they are building houses which is priced beyond the affordability of average Malaysian households. During 2012 to 2014 period, there are only 26% of new houses built priced below 250,000 ringgit, as compared to 68% during the 2008 and 2009 period. This is a serious factor, meaning to say out of 100 houses built the last 3-4 years, only 26 of them priced below 250,000. The rest are priced above this limit. Whereas back in 7-8 years ago, out of 100 houses, 68 of them, or majority of them, are priced below 250,000. So you can see there are changing trend of the developers. Nowadays they want to go build new houses at the higher end prices. So clearly there are a serious mismatch of supply and demand. Majority of the supplies are priced above 400,000-500,000, whereas the actual demand, the bulk of the demand, is in the segment of 250,000 and below. So as a result of this mismatch between supply and demand, you can see there are many units of new properties built cannot be sold in the market. You go to Klang Valley or Penang or Johor, you see the condominiums, the new houses with all the banners for sale, for rent. Why? Even this unit have been completed, the developers still cannot sell them because the price is too high. People cannot afford. They are selling at 700,000 for 1,500 square feet of condominium. Who wants to buy? So these are the effect. You see that in last year alone, in 2016, these unsold houses amounted to $8.56 billion ringgit, which is a 74% increase compared to the previous year in 2015. 8.56 billion of unsold completed units. So many houses built by developers, but they cannot be sold because of the mismatch in the supply and demand. You can see in the level of affordable housings, according to Bank Negara Report 2016, there are shortage of 960,000 units of affordable houses as of 2014. So they are short of close to 1 million house of affordable houses. And if you see in the highly concentrated states, the highly concentrated state with the high urban population, these shortages you can see mostly in Kuala Lumpur, followed by Penang and Johor. These are three main states which has a shortage of affordable houses, critical shortage, I could say. So what does the government or the market try to solve the problem? The governments have tried to make some solutions or sort of intervene the market to smoothen the market a bit. In terms of the demand side, you can see the government have introduced a few schemes. First, they had introduced Malaysia My First Home schemes. These schemes allow for those earning below 5,000 ringgit, they can get 100% financing from the banks. Usually the banks will only give 90% or 80% financing, but this scheme allows those earning 5,000 and below, they can get 100% financing, meaning to say they don't need to pay the 10% down payment, which can be quite a lot. If a price of 300,000 ringgit, you have to fork out 30,000 ringgit for down payment alone. So this will encourage people with low earnings to own a home. Secondly, the government had also introduced a scheme called Private Affordable Ownership Housing Scheme, or My Home for short. In this scheme, government provides a subsidy of up to 30,000 ringgit per low-cost house. So not everybody can buy this, of course. There are only certain people with those earnings. There are certain categories who can get this scheme. In terms of supply, government had basically provide directly of affordable housings, which is priced below 400,000 ringgit. I think you might heard of program Perumahan Rakyat (PPR), also Perumahan Rakyat Satu Malaysia (Prima), and Rumah Wilayah Persekutuan Rumawik, just to name a few. So these schemes, whereby the price does not exceed 400,000 ringgit, and there are certain criteria that you need to meet in order for you to qualify to purchase these houses. So these are a few examples how the government try to intervene in terms of demand and supply. So what can be done going forward? There are many things that should be done to address the issues. So for government especially, whereby they have the power to control and put policies in place, firstly, the government should address this issue by providing more adequate supply of affordable houses for the lower and middle income households. Because if there's no supply, there can be no demand. Just as simple as that. You can see under the 11 Malaysia plan, the government aims to build 653,000 units of affordable housings between 2016 and 2020, or in average about 130,000 units every year. This is huge numbers, very nice to look, but in terms of executions, the government and the government agencies must ensure proper execution. Otherwise, the figure just remain a figure to see. Secondly, the government can offer free land to encourage private developers to build affordable housing at strategic locations. We know that the cost of a house comprises of the construction cost and also the land cost. Now with the escalating house price, the land value also increase. So to encourage the developers to build affordable house, the government can give free land or discounted price land to encourage them to build, so that the government support the land, you just take care of the construction costs. In a way, the developers can gain, and the people can also buy the cheap homes. Thirdly, what government can do is also to put more stringent control on speculators' activity. There are many speculators in the market. They just want to buy the house and then quickly sell the house when it's completed. There are groups of investors club where they buy houses in bulk and then quickly flipping or sell when the units are completed, just to make a quick money. So what government can do, probably can review the RPGT tax, the real property gain tax. So you put, if you sell within 1 year, you have the seller has to pay a certain amount of tax. So that the speculators will not find it attractive to buy to do these speculative activities, because now they have to pay more tax to the government. The government can also put moratoriums or minimum numbers of years before owners of these affordable houses can sell their house to the market. Say for example, if I were to buy a Prima house which cost me maybe 300,000, government should put a regulation whereby I cannot sell the house after I buy. I cannot sell the house to other people. Let's say for example within 3 or 5 years. Only after 5 years or the moratorium period ends, only then can I sell to other people, so that you can slow down the escalation of the house price. Of course, the private sectors or developers should play a role also. This is a big issue. So one thing they can do is to be more creative to design and offer affordable houses, because there are a lot of demands. So developers should be more creative to design and offer attractive prices. You can bring down, no need to do fancy house. What we need actually is just a functional house, a decent size, maybe between 800 to 900 square feet, enough to house average families of 3 or 4 kids, bring down the cost, make more people available to buy. Secondly, private developers should also consider to invest more in research and development, R&D and technologies. to speed up the construction progress and also to be more cost efficient. You know, you should invest more in modern technologies so that your cost can be brought down and you will be more efficient in your costings. So to summarize, in conclusion, we can see that the number of Malaysian households is expected to increase going forward from the 6.3 million in 2010, and it's expected to be 8.1 million in 2020. So this is a huge increase. With the increased population and households, surely we will need more house to put these people home. Secondly, you can see that the urbanization process is accelerating. More people are going to the big cities, not only KL, Johor and Penang, but now you can see the trends, you know, to Ipoh or other cities. So sooner or later, the problem that you see now in KL, in Penang, in Johor, will spread over to Ipoh, to Kedah, to Perlis and all over states before we know. So when more people go to the cities, there will be more needs to have these affordable houses. And thirdly, you can see the income growth of Malaysian households is in increasing pattern. So all these patterns lead to us to believe that the demand for the affordable houses will only increase in the years to come. So if we don't do anything to solve this problem, the supply and demand mismatch will only get widened. So there is a huge task that we need to do before it gets too late. We have to act now and resolve this issue quickly as possible. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.